table presenting the different mutation and the combination of fertilization between the gametes of the opposite types. So here, in short, it is a diagrammatic representation of the particular cross or predict the progeny of the cross. So here we are crossing these two different gametes, okay, which is going to the cross to each other, and we have to write down the male gametes like this and female gametes like this, and then we are cross this gamete to each other. And first gamete is crosses with first, then here we are writing the capital A, capital A. Then the first gamete is crossing with the second one, and right down here is the small a and capital A. Then again second gamete is crosses with the first here and getting the capital A, small a. Then here is a small a is again cross with the second, here is the, and we are getting the capital A, small a, small a. So that we are getting such a type of the checkerboard that we called as a Punnett square. And so here we are getting the probability prediction regarding the cross. What type of phenotypic ratio and what type of phenotypic ratio we are getting. So probability for the combination of the fertilization between the gametes we can be easily known through this one by using square or checkerboard. Okay. So in short, diagrammatic representation and the progeny which are we are crossed each other to predict the gametes formed in the genotypic ratio as well as to the phenotypic ratio. So here you can be easily observed this capital A is homozygous, whereas the capital A small a is heterozygous. Again here is a capital A small a is heterozygous and small a is the homozygous. So we are getting here is a two pair of the homozygous alleles, whereas the two pair of the heterozygous alleles. So here in this way, on the only the observing this checkerboard of the Punnett square, we can be easily going through the phenotypic and the genotypic ratio of this one. Phenotypic ratio means that one we can be physically appear characters, and genotypic ratio the genes which are present in the that alleles is called as a genotypic ratio. Then anyone is waiting for the joining the meeting? Then today we start with our new topic, that is a Mendelian law of the heredity. It is very important. Okay. So first is a law of paired factor. Factors are responsible for the transmission of the character. These are represented in pairs. So always in case of the monohybrid cross, in case of the dihybrid cross. So we are denoting the factors here. So factors are responsible for the transmission of the characters. Factors means the different types of the characters which are present in that the parents one. That factors are responsible for transmission of the character, and these are represented in pairs. So these are to be the capital T for the tall, small t for the dwarf, then the capital R for the red flower, small r for the white flower, then the capital G for the green, the small g for the yellow. Like this one, we are representing the factors which are transmitting, and these are called the law of pair of the factors. Then first law of the Mendel's is to be the law of, okay. Here name itself, we know that what is dominant characters, what is dominance, because we've already gone through the dominance as well as to the recessive. Dominance character means the dominant character which appear in the F1 generation is called as a dominant characters, and recessive the characters which is present, the allele which is present there but do not express in the hybrid cross or the do not express it there. That is called as a recessive characters. So here law of dominance means what? In hybrid dominant characters, suppresses the expression of the recessive characters. Same definitions here. Is to be the dominant character always appear. So here the dominant characters is suppresses the expression of the recessive character. So that we are getting the plant which is having a phenotypic is a tall in nature, but it is represented genotypic is to be the capital T with small t in case of a F1 generation. So here hybrid means here to joining. Hybrid means here to joining of the two characters, but the character which is appear in the hybrid one is called the dominant character. How this character is appeared? It is appear only and only by the suppression of the recessive characters. So one character is dominant, another one is recessive, and dominant character always suppresses the recessive character. And so that here the dominant is to be the appear in the hybrid one, and such a law is called the law of dominance. So we already know that in case of the monohybrid cross, the capital T, that is tall plant, is crosses with the dog plant. We are getting a tall plant in F1 generation, but the here the tall is dominant character, so that the recessive character is to be the suppresses. Okay, so getting this, what is law of dominance? It is an hybrid dominant characters which suppresses the expression of the recessive character. Then Mendel's first law. It is also called as law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. These are the three names. Sometimes it is called as the Mendel's first law. Sometimes it is called as a law of segregation. Sometimes it is called as a law of purity of gametes. Okay, segregation, combination, purity, pure one. So name itself indicate what happened in this law. Segregation, purity. So when a pair of the factors for a characters brought together in a hybrid, they segregate, they separate during the formation of the gametes. So when we write the parents, that times when we has to write the gametes, that times we are separated those parents characters in a two gametes, and this separation is called as a law of segregation. So when the pair of a factors for characters, for example, capital T for the tall, that is a pair of that factor for the tall, which is denoted the tall. Here the in case of when we are writing down their gametes, we are writing it in the separate way. Similarly, in case of a F1, we are getting a tall plant, which is in the capital T with small t. That is a hybrid one. But when we are going to write down, it is to be the separated one. So this is the gamete which is separated during the formation. So here separation of the two gametes. So there we are getting a pure gamete because we are breaking down the pair of them, the characters which are presenting there, the factors which are presenting there in the together way. We are separating them, we are breaking down them so that we are get a one single pair or the one single gametes. So single gametes consisting of the only the single factors. So here it is to be the pure form of that gamete. So it is called the law of purity. Then again here we are separating them. Then law of segregation, and this is the first law of the Mendel. So Mendel states that the factors which are in the together in hybrids, they are segregated during the gamete formation. It's very easy. When we are writing down that one is to be the gamete formation, we are to the writing in a separate way. Anyone is waiting for the joining the meeting? Anyone is waiting there? Anyone is waiting? Please answer. No one is there? Then law of independent assortment. Then this is again the third law of the Mendes. When the hybrid possible two or more pair of contrasting factors forms a gamete. The factors in each pair segregates independently of the other pair. So we are getting here the hybrid from the two or more contrasting character. Yesterday we are discussing about the dihybrid cross. So where we are discussing the two different characters, that is a yellow and green. This is a color, round and wrinkled. This round and wrinkled is a one factor, whereas to the green and yellow is another factor. So here two factors we are considering there in case of a dihybrid cross. So these two characters we are contrasting characters taking, then there is a cross in between them, the factors forms a gamete. Then the factors in each pair is segregated independently to the each others. So these are again, these pairs also separated from each other independently, and that is called as a independent assortment. So each characters, even though there is two and more contrasting factors present in the gamete, is responsible to the next factor coming in a hybrid one, that is possible hybrid. But these factors pair separated or aggregates independently, so that we are having the other contrasting characters, and that is called the law of segregation. After that one, here is a, any participant is there? Then again here the back cross. The crossing of the hybrid with the one of its parents or its individual genetically similar to its parents in order to achieve the offspring from the genetic identity which is close to the parents. It is used in a horticultures. Okay. So here crossing of the hybrid with the one of its parents in individual genetically similar to its parents. So here tall of the hybrid we are getting again cross with the parents which are to be the genetically identical, so that we are getting the offspring which is again genetically identical. So here most things we want to be the, if the gene present in the hybrid as well as the parent is to be the similar one or different one, is the character is similar or different one, is the transmission of this character genetically transfer from one parent to the another generation is similar or not. So to know that character of the gene which is present, we have to perform the back cross. So in case of a back cross, in case of a back cross, here the genetically identification we have to easily know. So that here the we are crosses the hybrid one to of that one is parents which are similar to that, so that we get the genetically identical parents. So it is mostly used in the horticulture of this one. Then the test cross. The test cross, the cross of a F1 hybrid with the homozygous recessive parent is known as test cross. So we are getting here is to be the test cross for the F1 hybrid. So F1 hybrid having the capital T and small t. Okay. Then again we can cross with the recessive of homozygous, that is the small t of dwarf plant. And so here we are getting the next generation, that is to the test cross. So here we are testing the hybrid one consisting of the which type of a gene, which type of a phenotypes or which type of a genotypes. So for this one, the name itself indicate test cross. Test means we are testing. The cross we are performing here is right or wrong. if the characters, genotypic characters or phenotypic characters are growing right way or wrong way. For this one, this test cross we have to perform. In this one, the F1 hybrid is crosses with the homozygous recessive parents. Test cross is very easy, simple, repairable, and predictable. So because we know that we are testing this F1 hybrid with the recessive, so what is the result? It is very simple because already we have the homozygous recessive, so crossing is very simple. It is repairable, so we can be the repair this cross. Then it's easy. Then this cross used to test whether an individual of the homozygous pure or a heterozygous is hybrid. Means here we are testing the individuals. Is there the homozygous recessive is pure form or any other gene is mixing with there, or the heterozygous hybrid is to be the same from the genes coming from them. So in this way we are testing these things, that is in case of a test cross. So for in the test cross we are crossing the F1 hybrid with the homozygous recessive parents. Okay. Okay. Then getting this, what is the test cross? The test cross is the hybrid and the homozygous recessive. So in this diagrammatic representation, you know that what is the test cross. So here we are taking the hybrid tall crosses with the recessive dwarf, and again we are getting the dwarf plant, means the ratio is 1:1 and phenotypic ratio is 1:1. We are taking the recessive or dwarf plant or the recessive homozygous is in the correct way. So our cross is going in the correct way. The law of two genes, the Mendel's second law, that is the law of independent assessment, that is with the dihybrid cross, the cross between the two parents which differs in the two contrasting characters. Here for the dihybrid cross, we are taking the two different characters, yellow seed, here yellow seed with a wrinkle seed. Then here the two color, yellow color and a green color. So here the we are taking the genotypes is the capital R for the round, for the yellow color capital Y. Whereas the wrinkle is the small r, green here is to the small y. The gametes is to the capital R, small r. Then here is the small r, small y. Then in F1 generation, we are getting the all round seed with yellow color in case of a double or dihybrid cross. Then here in case of a dihybrid cross, see the ratio 9:3:3:1. Here this is green round, then green round, green round, and this is our wrinkle and green seed. So in this way, we are writing down the gametes and crossing with each other crosswise, and we are getting the ratio. In F1 hybrid crosses with the recessive green wrinkle pea plant. Recessive green wrinkle plant is having the gamete formation like this one. So here, the F1 hybrid, the round yellow seeds are having the such a type of the gametes, and the phenotypic ratio is to be the 1:1:1 in the F1 hybrid, and then F2 hybrid, the ratio is to the 9:3:3:1. Then after this one, the Mendel's law, we are having the non-Mendelian's law. That is called the deviation from the Mendelians. And these deviations are described as the non-Mendelian laws. This non-Mendelian's law of the two types, intragenic interaction or intergenic interaction.
जलापा म्हणजे
Huh?
जलापा.
Okay, I will going through that one. This is an example. Okay, Mirabilis jalapa. This is the name of the plant. Okay, name of the plant. Then in case of a gene interaction, there is two type interaction. That is the intragenic interaction or intergenic interaction. Intragenic means the interaction occurs between the alleles of the same gene. There is the genes are same, so that the interaction is called the intragenic interaction. and where the example is incomplete dominance and second example is codominance. Intergenic interaction means alleles are different from a parents of a same chromosome, and such a type of the interaction is called the intergenic interaction. Example is the polygenic conditions or the polytropy. So these are the four different laws which do not follow the laws given by a Mendel, and so it is called the non-Mendelian law or the deviations from the Mendel's. And out of which this one is the first law, that is the incomplete dominance. In means the not, complete means the complete one, dominance. So here incomplete dominance. Then here is to the example is Mirabilis jalapa. It is also called the partial dominance or the semi-dominant. Partial dominance means the one character is partially dominated and another part is to the recessive one, or the semi-dominance. The inheritance in which alleles for the specific character is not completely dominant on others. So it is incomplete dominance. The one character is not to be the completely dominant on other one. It is a partially dominant. So that we are getting to here is a different one. Okay, so these are not to be the completely dominant. The example is here, the example is here is to be the parents. 1 minute. So here example is the red flower is crosses with the white flower. So in case of the hybrid, we must be get the red one. But here we are not getting the red one. We are getting the pink one. Okay. So here in the F1, we are getting a pink one. So here red is partially dominant on white one. So combination of the red and white is takes place, and so that the different color is appear in a hybrid, and such a type of the dominance is called as a codominance. Okay, so in case of the codominance, the one character is to be incomplete dominance is to be the one character is not to be the completely dominant, so it is partially dominant. So here pink is the first hybrid one. So government is there is to be the red, then the pink is the hybrid one, and again the white one. So the ratio is same, 1:2:1. In the genotypic ratio is the same, 1:2:1, but the combination forms a hybrid is to be the pink one, and so that it is called as a incomplete dominance. So here I'm showing you the image so you will get this. So here is a red flower. This red flower is crosses with this white flower. So next progeny must be the red one. If the red is dominant, you must be get the red one. If the white is dominant, then you must be get the white one. But in case of this incomplete dominance, you are getting is the pink color. So that the one characters is not in a completely dominant, it is partially dominant. So that partially dominant characters and partially recessive characters are combined together to forms a pink color. So one character is not to be the completely dominant. Then second one is also same here. This is the red color flower. This is a white color flower, and combination of the red and white, we are getting a pink color. That is a Mirabilis jalapa. Getting this? Yes. What is Mirabilis? This is the name of the flower. Okay. Even have you seen this flower? It is a very jungly plant or jungly flower. Okay. You can be easily observe this plant anywhere, even though in our college campus it may be there. So this is the red flower. It crosses with the white flower, and we are getting the pink. And that is the example is Mirabilis jalapa. Okay, this is the name of the plant. Then after this, the incomplete dominance, we are having the next one is to the codominance. In codominance, both the alleles or genes of an allomorphic pair express themselves equally in F1 hybrid. Such alleles are able to get in hybrid are called as codominance alleles. Okay, they are express both alleles in a allomorphic pair. So here both are to be the dominant one. No one is recessive one. Both characters want to appear in F1 hybrid. So that one they are co-dominance characters.